Hello automation and ML lovers, welcome back to KT Sessions, and in today's video we are going to explore the control room APIs. These APIs are essential for managing and automating tasks in the K360 control room. So before we dive in, if you haven't seen our previous videos on REST APIs and JSON, make sure to check that out. It will give you a solid foundation for today's topic. And so what are control room APIs? Simply put, control room APIs allow you to interact programmatically with the control room in automation anywhere A360. This means you can automate administrative tasks such as managing users, boards, and other tasks. So let's go through some of the key control room API endpoint and their function. So for that, you have to go to this URL. You can copy this URL of your control room. It can be different in the enterprise edition. I am using community edition. So I will copy this URL of control room. This is a base URL and I will open another tab and here I will paste this. Then I will write Swagger and backslash and then we can hit enter. So it will navigate to this page and here we can see all the APIs. Till now we have APIs v4, v1, v2, v3, v4. And this v1 API is going to discontinue very soon. So guys, don't use this. We will use v2 APIs. In v2, we have this authentication API. I mean, first of all, we need to do the authentication. So we will use this API only. And as soon as we go to this authentication API, we can see all the methods or all the methods of this API. So there are two methods: post method authentication, authentication token. And for this authentication API, in the body we will give username, password, API key, multiple login, and this one. So username and password both are mandatory or required parameter, and API key and multi login are not required. We can use either password or API key. Okay, see, API key or password is used to generate a valid both. API key and password can't be used together in request body, so we will use either a password or API key. So let me copy this. Like guys, as in previous video we used those REST APIs package. In this also we are going to use that REST web service package, and last time we used get method, but today we are going to use post method because this is a post method. You can see post. Okay, so here we need to give the URI, but first let me give the parameters which I copy. Okay, we will update it later, and now we need that URI. Okay, so here we can see this URI. I will copy this and paste it as it is. Here we go. See, v2 authentication. We can use v1 also. And here the content type will be the JSON because we will get the response in JSON, and this is the response which we will get. See guys, this is very complex result. I mean response. It contains a JSON object, then an array. So it will be challenging to get the value of these very elements from this. So for that you can watch our JSON videos. Okay, so username and password, I will give these values. So guys, as you know, these username and password are the required parameters only. So I have given the values of these parameters, and now we will scroll down and we can see this assign the output to a variable. And here we can create multiple variables or dictionary. So I'm using a dictionary. I will create a dictionary variable and I will name it as response because we are going to get the response of the API in this dictionary. And in this dictionary we will get two types of data, header and body. In body we will get the response body, and in header we will get the response header. To get the value of the body from the dictionary, we will use this body key, and forget the value of the header from the dictionary, we can use this header key. It is mentioned here. So I will use a message box to print the response body. And as I am using the same credentials, which I use to log in into this control room website or web page, and I'm using the same credentials to authenticate the API also, but I'm using a community edition, so I can log in one instance at one time. So once we execute or invoke this API, it will log out this application or this website, okay, because we can log in only one time. I mean, if we log in another browser, so it will terminate the existing login. Similarly, it is doing here. If we authenticate with the API, it will terminate our this web page login. This session will get terminated. So you can see this bot is running, and as soon as we get the token, see our application has logged out. This session has terminated, and we got this response. This is in JSON, and we can get the required data from this JSON, and we will use mostly we need this token from the response body. This token we will use in another APIs also. Okay, let me log in again into this one control room, and this time I am using credentials of my friend for authentication. But in this control room, I have logged in with my credential. So now we are using two different credentials, so it should not terminate my session which is open in this browser. And if my friend is using control room in his system, so that session will get terminated because we are using his credential in my API authentication API. And here we go. We got the token, and our session is still active. You can see in the background. So guys, this is how we can get the token, and we will use this token to invoke other APIs. And we can see the use of another APIs. So if you want to extract any other value from this response body, you can check out our another videos which are on JSON. So with the help of those JSON actions packages, you can extract the particular value from this JSON response. So thank you guys for watching this video, and in the next video we will explore another APIs of the control room. Thank you guys. Do let me know if you have any doubt or any question. Thank you. Bye.